you for joining me again. It is race number 3 of the WTRL series. We're in Cat C and we are at the Makuri Islands Flatland Loop. The first time that WTRL has come to Makuri Islands. You can see it's largely flat with a bit of an uphill and then a fast downhill finish. The climbs aren't too hard, a few percent. Let's see how this one plays out. Countdown is on, 3, 2, 1, and it is go time. Downhill start once we come out of the pens, so you know it's going to be real quick. And 500 plus watts, almost tipping at 600. Just try to push to stay with the lead group. Don't want to get dropped early at the start, as that will be your day over in a hurry. And here we are onto the downhill section. Now we are managing just to stay into the loop, so there's a couple of sprints in this one, one about 5 kilometers in, and then one after the climb and in the village. And as I say, the finish is downhill and very fast. So on we come towards the first sprint, just over 5 kilometers in, and the plan here really is just to stick with the group and not get dropped when the pace picks up through the sprint. And off they go through the sprint banner, and here are the results. And there we are, good results there for Team NL and WCC. The fastest through is just overall for the 2 laps, so they will only appear once. So we tried to get back on. You can see the pack was a little bit spread out after the sprint, but get back on we did, and back into the group, and selection starting to be made now. You can see here the group is now down to about 20 riders, just coming up to this little rise. We've dropped off now about 50 or so riders from the main group, and the selection is starting to be made. We still have numbers up here though, 3 riders in the lava kit of Zwift Scotland C4, and on we go to the first sprint in the village. Again, very short sprints, 0.14 of a kilometre, very fast. And you can see the plan here is again not to compete on these short sprints and to try and wait for the overall. So really all I want to do is try and hang on to the pack and not get dropped, because after this is the downhill towards the finish line, and if you get dropped here it is over. So the results on screen now you can see, and they show great results for Christoph Prus, Vatos Tour, and also an amazing 3rd place fastest through the segment for our own Karim on ZwiftRiders Scotland. Great result there. Always happy to have some points. But here we can see just after the sprint, here's the risk. The gap opens up and we're having to put down a lot of power, over 500 watts, just to make sure we get back. We don't want to lose the group on the downhill because they'll be away. But back we got. And here is our first look at the super fast downhill finish. You can see down 5%, already doing 60, 70 kilometers an hour on the downhill. And as it levels out a little bit, you can see the finish arch in the distance, and you know that on the last lap this is going to be seriously quick. Kind of difficult to work out when you want to use your power-ups, what power-ups you want to use. Certainly lightweight power-ups going to be useless on this one, but the draft and probably the aero power-ups are what we're looking for. But anyway, we move on, and here we are at sprint number 1 again, the country sprint. And again, the plan is really just to stick with the group, try and not get dropped. Everything's sort of slowed down a little bit here. Nobody's quite pushing on. The gap back from this select group is pretty large now, over a minute to everyone else. And across the line we go. And again, it's a fantastic result. First over the line for Boxhill, taking 1st and 2nd. Team NL in 3rd. The fastest through obviously doesn't change, that's just cumulative for the whole race. And again, you can see the pack just starting to split up a little bit, and we need to put down some power and get back on, because we do not want to be dropped here with only 7.5 Ks to go. So back in, and we will head up towards the next sprint through the village. And again, the plan is just to hold on, as we are now really close to the finish, 2 kilometers and a little bit to go. Again, the pace is chilled out, it picks up for the sprints, but it's okay. Everyone's starting to save themselves for the big finish, and across the line we go. And again, great results, Team NL, but Vatos Tour putting 2 across the line there. Again, fastest through doesn't change. And here we go, and it is the big finish. We're now 1.4k out. We were dropped a little bit off the back on the sprint, but we've managed to get back in on the downhill. And 3 riders for Zwift Scotland making the final 11 places, which is how this group has panned out, as a couple of riders are now 4 or 5 seconds off, and with a kilometre all downhill to go, they are done for the day. So this is it, the top 11, and it's really a case of trying to work out when to throw the power down. We got a lightweight power up, which is about the last thing you need on a downhill finish, so that one was swiftly trashed. And now with 700 meters to go, somebody's popped a lightweight power up. That's going to be a mistake. You don't want that on a downhill. You want to just throw that one straight in the trash. Still over 60 kilometers an hour. Starting to put some power down now. 400 meters to go, 500 watts, and getting up towards 600, and now starting to push. And we've managed to get off the front, but we've been reeled in and we've gone a little bit early, and the power's just not there. We've managed to hit 800 or so, but it is not going to get us there. Across the line we go for 7th place overall. My highest finish in a WTRL race, and more impressively putting 3 Zwift Scotland riders in the top 10. A look at the overall team results puts us 3rd, Vatos Tour taking the overall win from Team NL, but 3rd place is great. A look at the league table, Team NL away off the top, Vatos 2nd, SDW 3rd, and we are tied there for 3rd place, and then it's a big gap. So thanks again for joining me. I will see you next week, and remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you then.